Hey, this is Dr. Dean. Thank you so much for joining us. Positive, negative, success and failures, winners and losers, track records based on this. Do they tell you anything? Or are they just useless information blowing in the wind? Let's find out, shall we? Here we go. Example. Here we go. Alpha Wave. The famous Alpha Wave, now the famous Fibonacci Institute run by Olive Peters. When you go to the contact page, you see a picture of her in her wedding dress. I think that's odd. Nevertheless, I just got a recent email for her webinar. There she is. Let's frame her out. We'll move her right up here. This is Olive Peters today, 2017. Now, she published this on our website, the turning point, in her life. She simply said a prayer to God, and He gave her vision. Magic happened. I don't think God endorses magic, but that's all right. God answered my prayers, and I started seeing unique patterns in price waves that I'd never seen before. And I was so impressed with her ability to see with God's vision that I did a video called Trading with God that included 5 rooms that claimed to have religious affiliations with God and God-given powers. She says you could read, interpret, and accurately predict price action with nothing on her charts. Oh, is it impossible? It's really happening. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, by the way, since I published that video on Trading with God, she took this down, deleted it. So here's a screenshot. Entry targets 1 through 5, an entry line. Now they call them fib lines, doesn't much matter. Do you see the entry of the trade? I mean, you see an entry line, but do you see the trade? Do you see the number of contracts? Do you see the fill price? Do you see the profit loss? Of course not. There's no trade at all. There's just lines. It's a drawing example. Yet you can generate a trading room performance based on those lines. She has positive trades. Here they are. So what is a positive trade? What did these guys make, these 23 positive trades? Or the losing trades, negative. What did they lose? What is a negative trade? How about for all of them? How about for the month of January, February? How about for the year of 2017? So in reality, you can't tell a thing from this track record. So I gave it as a room to avoid. She's not the only one. There's quite a few rooms that use Fibonacci to trade on. Here they are, short list. See, when you know, none of them have a track record, and none of them have any detailed performance for what they do. What do I give rooms that don't trade, don't have a track record? I give them an F. So this room summarizes the data as positive and negative. It tells you nothing. Why would they do that? Well, because not only are they not an institute, but they don't trade. They don't enter trades and execute trades in any shape, form, or manner. So they can't have a detailed track record. So they shield you or hide that fact by using positive and negative. So it tells you nothing. View my trades. I did a video in 2016. I took a screenshot of his track record. Here it is. You see this percent winning days, 67%. That's pretty consistent. I don't know how he does it. What's the net winning day? What's the net losing day? You must have some, right? So since you can tell nothing about this track record, and the daily gross points, by the way, you'll see why they're not valid either. I did a video on this room to avoid. He deleted that track record, put up a new one. Here it is. It now shows percent winning days as 92%. All right. That's much better. It's the same track record. Here we go. You see that? Good Friday. He went from 67% to 92%. And you see this trade here back in March of 2016, plus 3/4 of a point, minus 3/4 of a point. Now, one's got to be losing, but they both have the same percent winning. Now we make 5 points that day. All right, so what do I give a room that takes its old track record down, puts a new one up that's superior? I give it an F minus. I don't like that. So view my trades. Why does he summarize the data as percent winning days? Now, why is it such a useless matter? Because he doesn't really trade in any shape, form, or manner. And any room that alters their track record to improve their performance at will is not one I'm going to recommend. Now let's be clear. Can percent success and failure actually ever work? Yes, it can. If you know the number of trades taken and the number of contracts per trade and what the target value represents for success and equally well for what stop represents for failures, you can calculate it. Let me give you an example. Can you calculate the profit loss per 3-contract trade based on this data? I can. We have 78 winning trades, whatever that is, that make $50 a pop, minus the 22 losing trades that cost us $80 a pop, divided by 100 trades gives us this value per trade at 2 contracts a trade, or this value at 3 contracts a trade, which is my universal normal standard of 3. Is $32 per 3-contract trade successful? I don't know, but you know exactly what the performance is now, not success versus failure. Pure tick, that's not right. Pure tick, that's not right. Pure tick, oh, that's not right. Let's try again. Pure tick, that's right. And actually, pure tick's not pure tick anymore, it is Market Dancer. And Market Dancer has this 89.9% 5-year win rate. I find that odd because Market Dancer is only about a year old. And when you ask the people in Market Dancer who made the site, they won't tell you. But then you can go look up the URL domain. It's owned by this guy, Alex. He's the same one who owned Pure Tick, so it's the same room. So how do you get that 5-year win rate? He just dragged the Pure Tick win rate track record over and stapled it to Market Dancer. All right, so what's an 89% win rate? What's the profit based on? How about the average profit loss per day, per week, per month? I don't really know. And let's be clear, 89.9% means 899 out of 1,000, because he has that 0.9 there. It's not 898, it's not 900, it's 899 only. So 899 wins out of 1,000 occurs only 1 in 1,000 times. 5 years in a row is 10 to the minus 15th, or 1 out of 1 quadrillion chances. All right. Does that seem impossible, ridiculous, outrageous, and fake? I don't know. But if you think so, email Tiffany and complain. And be careful, by the way, her husband's a lawyer. I think her brother's head of FBI, and her mother's head of Homeland Security, so you don't want to get her angry. Oh, by the way, they deleted that track record. It tells you nothing. Let's take another one, shall we? Our trades are profitable 95% of the time. What is profitable? How much do you make? What is a winning trade? Now you know the drill. Why do they do this? Temptation. I need to try one more. This is actually not on this, but accurate versus not accurate, or inaccurate if you wish. Vantage Point has this little thing here called 86% proven accuracy. Published reports, PhD reports. By the way, the H in PhD is not capitalized, doofus head. So accuracy, in this case, 86% accuracy. The first report from Sunny says 78 to 82, not 86, but okay. Second report says 78.04, all right, not 86. Third one, 78. All right, they missed. But let's just try something on for size. Accuracy. I have a new test for A's that is developed that it's 99% accurate. Bravo. That means for every 100 tests I do, I get 99 right answers and 1 wrong one. Agreed? So I'm going to test a patient population, 10,000, and the frequency of AIDS, the occurrence, that is 1 in 10,000. So there'll be 1 patient there. So after I've done the first 100 patients, I get 99 right answers and 1 wrong one. After 1,000 patients, 990 right answers, 10 wrong. And at the end of all 10,000 patients, 9,900 right and 100 wrong. So I'm looking for 1 patient, count them, and I get 100 wrong answers when I do. So accuracy is 99%. Reliability is 1%. What do you want in a model? Do you want accuracy or do you want reliability? So what's the percent reliability of their test? I'm sure they have no idea. So positive, negative, win, loss, success, failure, these are what I call tradeless trades. Trades are not really taken, but instead indicated on charts with lines, levels, dots, circles, squares, boxes, type, talk, Morse code, whatever. Never entered, never executed, never existed. So it's really non-existent performance based on non-existent trades. Now my YouTube channel has quite a few videos on rooms that use this technique to develop a performance record. Here they are. See anyone you know? I list them as rooms to avoid. These track records, do they tell you anything? In my opinion, they tell you nothing. This is Dr. Dean. Thanks for listening. Agree or disagree? Let me know your thoughts. Bye-bye.